Professor JRR Tolkien was a man who knew something about the power of words and their origins. Oscar, an Anglo-Saxon word, means spear of God.
It has been found. Sauron needs only this ring to enslave the world. It must be destroyed.
Strangers from distant lands, you will unite or you will fall.
You have my soul.
And you have my bow.
And mine.
This task was appointed to you, and if you do not find a way, no one will.
How many spears of God will Peter Jackson's interpretation of Tolkien's classic work pick up at the upcoming Oscar Awards? Professor Tolkien was a member of the English Place Name Society. We know he drew heavily on Anglo-Saxon and Celtic languages for the names of places and characters in his writing. Perhaps his research within the society influenced the creation of Middle-earth place names such as Gondor, Rivendell and Rohan.
The English Place Name Society was founded in 1923 to explore the origins of all the names in all the counties of England. The idea was that the earliest records of place names should be investigated, because the earlier the record is, the closer it is to a meaningful term.
The English Place Name Society has been based at the UK's University of Nottingham since 1968 and is a long-standing project aiming to explain the origin and development of all the place names of England, based on the analysis of spellings recorded in documentary sources over 1400 years.
It's important to find out the history of names, because they change a great deal in the process of time. One of the slightly extraordinary aspects of names is the way that they can repeat themselves. So, for example, in Leicestershire there's a place called Bredon-on-the-Hill, and we know that, and indeed there's a Bredon in Northamptonshire as well, that Bree is an early Celtic word meaning hill. The Anglo-Saxon added to that word dune, which means hill in Anglo-Saxon. So the Anglo-Saxon name for this place means, etymologically at least, hill hill.
So, Bredon-on-the-Hill is in fact Hill Hill on the Hill. Place names can tell us a great deal about our history. The original language used to describe a settlement or landscape feature reveals something about the origin and dialect of the people who gave the name, and helps us track changes in land use and the influence of migration.
Right, well, if we just look at this small section of the Trent Valley to the east of Nottingham, the thing that dominates the map here is the Celtic named river, the River Trent. After the Anglo-Saxon invasion, we've got lots of English names on both sides of the Trent Valley, where it's safe, where the land is good, and where Anglo-Saxon farmers could make a decent living. There's a few ford names, so Shelford and East Bridgeford and West Bridgeford and so on. We've got all those names which are important for the crossing of the Trent. Now, the only safe place to live in the Trent Valley is Hoveringham. That's an English name, and it means place on a ridge in the Trent. So it's safer to live here than anywhere else, because it's higher up than anywhere else in this valley. And actually in the Trent Valley we've got several Scandinavian names. Bleasby, that's the farm of a man called Blazy. Caythorpe, the farm of a man called Catty. And Gunthorpe, Gunny's farm.
From Gunny's farm back to God's spear, when Lord of the Rings collects its Oscars this month, we should give some thought to the English Place Name Society.